Hello everybody. Today we're going to change the screen on an iPhone 4. This is a GSM version, AT&T. Let's get going. We're going to start by powering down your device. Then with a pentalobe screwdriver, remove the 2 screws at the bottom. I like to use a screw distribution tray, which is pretty much the phone face down, like so. Bottom screws. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory, and it's very handy, so you can bump your table and not mess up all your screws. Okay. With the 2 screws removed, slide up, and your back cover comes off just like that. Okay, now the small Phillips head, we're going to start by removing this screw to disconnect the battery. It goes right there. The little pry tool, gently lift up the battery connector. A lot of people get too excited with this and they rip off the connector from the board, which you don't want to do. Okay, there's a tab that goes under the battery. Sometimes it comes out. This one goes easy. Sometimes you have to pull real hard as the glue sticks very much. There we go, battery goes to the side. Okay, I like to use some tweezers also for the little parts because I have sausage fingers. Okay, there we go. I like to fold this little tab onto the little piece of glue that's right there, so it's out of my way. Okay, let's move on. We're going to start by these 2 screws. Oh, before you go any further, let's remove the SIM tray. SIM tray removal tool or a bent over paper clip will work just fine. Put that to the side. Start with these 2 screws. And then you can remove the little metal cover and unplug this. Don't yank it up like this because it turns here. Pull it gentle, pull there, and then fold it back that way. There it is. Okay, well, we've done that. Let's disconnect the antenna here. It's a little barrel connector, so be gentle with it. There it is. Move to the side. Okay, now we're going to take off this metal cover. 5 screws. Oh, there we go. Okay. It hooks in right here. So I like to get my tweezers, pry up the top a little bit there. Hoppa. There it is, to the side. Okay, now we are going to undo all the plugs. Did you digitize the touch function? LCD screen. And what do we got here? It's your ear speaker, front facing camera, and your volume and power button. It comes from these. Okay, with that released, we're gonna release the last clip here. It's your camera, and it comes out just like that. Okay, now with a small flathead, we get the screw at the top here, and it goes in the same hole as that. Okay, then further at the top here we have a vibrator motor, 2 screws.
Hi.
Okay, remove that vibrator motor like so, put it there so you know where it goes. Then we have 2 more screws holding in the motherboard. One right here at the bottom, and one right here underneath the little sticker. I just leave the little sticker on. There it is. Now the board should be coming up. Be gentle with it. It's better for you guys not to use the metal. Let me switch to a plastic tool so I don't set the wrong example. Come on. You know you want to go. There it is. Be gentle with the board. You don't want to bend it. Okay, we'll lay that off to the corner. Okay. Now, remove this screw. Pull up. This is your loudspeaker and antenna. Right here. Okay, now there's going to be 6 screws on the side. Little piece of rubber goes on top of the motherboard, just like that. Six screws, 3 on each side, and then 4 little ones in the corner. Let's start with the corner ones. Okay, I don't like to take these screws out completely because of the washer. It's a pain in the ass to get the washer on the screw and then have everything go back in the hole. So you just unscrew them like this and leave them. You just have to shake the phone from side to side when you put the screen on, but I'll show you that. There it is now. The screen is loose. Doesn't quite want to go. Set it in there. like on a little tab. That's not happening.
You can follow me if you like. You want to use this? Are you Misha? Yeah.
Shh.
Hi, Misha.
Steve. Gently pry on it. Okay. With all the screws loosened, you're gonna pry. Start at the bottom. Try to get your pry tool in between. If you have to, take your flathead screwdriver, push down on this little leg right here. Set it in the circle, hold the frame, push the screen out a little bit. Creates a little bit of a gap here so you can get something in there. It's glued right here and up top. So that's what you're breaking loose now. Just be gentle with it. Slowly pry and it'll go. Come on. There we go. You can hear the glue breaking loose. And there she is. Okay. If your glue is still there, just leave it there. Don't worry about it. Okay, before you throw, this one is not cracked, but before you throw your cracked one away, some replacement screens will come with your ear speaker mesh and a camera ring. The screen I have right now doesn't have it, so I'm going to take this camera ring, front facing camera ring, and that ear speaker mesh, and I take it off the old screen and I reuse it. Okay, now this is done. Okay. Put the tiny piece of double-sided tape right here next to the hole. Come on. Take your mesh, stick it down right there. Perfect. Okay. That's the camera ring. Okay, now ready for the replacement screen. Your new screen should come with this piece of plastic on the back. You peel that off. Okay, and this is where a lot of people mess up when they install it. These cables have to go through the frame right there. What happens is people stick it through. This cable, which controls the touch function, gets caught right there. That loop, this loop gets caught behind the metal here. So it ends up being a little bit short. And then that's not a very big deal. And then people pull it. It tears right here. And it makes the touch function not work. So when you thread it through, get the plugs through, and then make sure, like look at it from the side, make sure that that loop comes all the way through. Come on. See? This is good. Loop all the way through. Perfect. Okay, now you hold it like this. Make sure that these washers and the prongs from the legs, there we go. That's not blocking anything. Now you hold it over the other way. Oh, you see this one? There's a little conflict there. Open it up. There it is. All good. Get your tie one screw on each side. I like to tie one screw on each side. Flip it over. Move your protector. Try your home button. Sometimes it's a little crooked, a little twisted, and it won't click. You have to take the whole phone apart to make that go away. You don't want that. This one is perfect. Okay, now reassembly. Start by tightening the outer 4 screws. Okay, grab your little board. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, and we're going to start with the loudspeaker. Slide it in and down like that. Make sure that these 4 prongs don't end up on the metal frame. You gotta maybe let them down a little bit so it actually will sink in nice and flat. You hold your finger on it like so. Put the one screw on the side there. The other side is going to be held down by the motherboard. Okay, put our vibrator motor back in. Right there. Screw, it's very long. It can be a little bit of a pain in the ass if it doesn't go in perfectly straight. There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay. That's that. Okay, time for the motherboard. Start with the top. This piece needs to kind of hook in the frame. And you see where the rubber piece is here, pushes down on the cables. So you watch out for these three plugs. Top first. See, it scoots forward a little bit. And then there's this. You don't want to keep pushing, you need to go under it, like so. There we go. Hey, we need to go forward a little bit more. What's going on here? Okay, time for the motherboard. Okay, time to put the motherboard back. The top needs to go in first. Watch out for these three plugs. Make sure that these are down nice. Stick the top in and it kind of like clicks into the frame. I gotta wiggle a little bit. Oh, I see. We're stuck behind this little lip. Bend it out a little bit. There we go. Now it's in. Start with this screw down here that holds in. There it is, perfect. There it is, okay. Motherboard is in place. We're going to re-plug these three plugs here. The camera. Don't push on it too hard, it should just kind of fall into place. There it is. Plug is in. That's it. First you do this one, LCD. Okay, plugged in. A lot of replacement screens will come with these black little pieces on it. They kind of put, once the cover goes on, they push down on it. My screen doesn't. I don't want the plug to ever come unplugged by itself. So I like to just take a little piece of double-sided tape. I use a little piece I cut from a business card. There it is. Okay, with all the plugs in, gotta not forget. With all the plugs in, we gotta not forget the screw here. the big one, and it's going to take it, the small one goes on top of it. It's a flathead, the one at the bottom, you use a flathead. Screw that down. Gonna take this cover. There's two little hooks that hook into these two little clips here. So what you do is kind of sort of like that and push down. It needs to find its spot a little bit. There we go, perfect. We take the little screw. It goes on top of that one. Okay, now before we fold this one down, I like to put the antenna back. It's a little barrel connector. Small round piece, bigger round piece goes over the top. So you don't want to push it hard when it's not lined up right, because then you're going to deform it and it's never going to go back on. So take your time on it. Be gentle. Oh, there you go. And you can feel it clicking in. Okay. Antenna connector is in. Fold this one back down. Make it plug in. You can feel it click. All the plugs, you can feel if they're plugged in right. They click, but don't push on it too hard. It's all pretty fine and delicate. Okay. Put these two screws here. There we go. Okay. Unfold this little tab back like that. Take the battery. Make sure that you don't pinch this. And before you put the battery, lay this little piece lays right there, like so. I like to stick that piece in first so I don't pinch the cable. Okay, that's in. Plug it in. Screw there. Put your SIM card back. This one doesn't have one, but please put the tray in there. Okay, nice thing about these things is you not only tells you where the screws go, but it also, now I should have two left for the bottom. So if I empty it out, it's empty. I know I did a good job because I'm out of screws. Okay, replace the back cover. Lay it down so it goes flush. Slide it down. And then with the pentalobe, we put the two screws back. Okay, there it is, power on. Takes forever when you're waiting for it. There it is, no SIM card installed, but we can test dismiss, English, next. Okay, it's working. Thank you very much for watching. All parts and tools used in this video are going to be available at sdcellphonerepair.com. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to either comment on the video or go to my website, look at my phone number, give me a call. I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.